to have something on record. So I'm gonna ask you to put your sign, fill your name in, your address, sign it, print your name.
Okay, do you need
Today's date.
anything else?
I'm gonna need some form of identification.
Okay.
What is your last name?
Marchesi.
Marchesi.
Correct.
First name?
Matthew.
What's your date of birth, Matthew?
11080.
And your address?
92 Bellevue Street. Address, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay, you too. Thank you.
Are you supposed to go out for a walk or something?
Oh,
Oh, I'm over here then. See, that's why I asked you.
oh, I think, Tina, this is yours? You left it here since last time, I think.
Oh, yeah. That's notepad the won't give me. Actually, that's ours.
Really?
So you can keep it. Yeah, that's the stuff you write on, so I can loan her.
And I'm just gonna ask you to sign the bottom of that, and I'm gonna make a copy, and then I'll give you that.
Okay.
Well,
Just want to say thank you because I
What is
was
this?
checking
That's my
out
signature.
quickly on her.
That's what she said. She
But
seems
that's
like you were
not-
very rushed and she didn't.
When
she felt
I-
bad. She wanted to make sure.
When I got this contract, that's how I signed my name. But this is how I signed my name now.
but I have you
Mm-hmm.
as something, I have to have you sign it the way you're registered. So if you could sign it again.
But this is my signature now.
But you never changed it with us.
I never signed anything in this office.
You registered to vote, so you filled out some type of paperwork to register to vote.
Okay, I don't know how I signed my name back then.
Well, I'll tell you, how you signed it, hold on.
Okay, so I can't change my signature?
You have to sign it the way we had you listed, because I don't have Matthew Recourse registered to vote.
That's not what it says.
Or whatever, what does it say?
Without recourse. It's UCC law.
Okay, well, that's not how I have you registered
I
to vote.
understand that. I have changed my signature, correct.
So you registered to vote at the Registry of Motor Vehicles, and you got a driver's license.
Probably.
Yep. So when you got your driver's license, it was under this name,
Right.
and that's what you signed. So that's how I
But my
have
signature
you.
is my signature. I understand that my signature now is different than the
I'm
signature
gonna have to
then.
put you back on unless you sign it the way I took you off. That's not how I have you. You're signing it.
Do you have this in the system anywhere?
Yes, that'll be on record at the Registry of Motor Vehicles.
Okay. So, do you have a printout of that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Would it be possible to print that out on a piece of paper and I could go upstairs and get it notarized and say that I have
No.
changed my signature?
You can't change your signature without,
Is there a law that says that?
yeah, you have to go change your name.
I haven't found it.
I'm not gonna argue with
I'm
you.
not trying to be
I'm even
difficult.
gonna put you back on.
I'm not trying to be difficult.
All right, I'm putting you back on then, and then you can take it up with the Secretary of State's office.
I understand that you're doing what you need
Right,
to do.
right, but this
And
is
I'm
how
not-
I
I'm not
have you,
trying to
that's how
argue,
you
I'm not trying to
signed
be
your name.
difficult.
So you're either gonna sign it the way I have you, and I'll take you off. Your request has to be signed by the name that you request, you were registered as.
That's how I sign everything now.
You did not sign this like that,
Correct.
right.
So
So
my
I
signature.
need to take you off, I need your signature the way I have it, or I can't take you off.
How am I going to duplicate this? I mean, this here.
This is from the Registry of Motor Vehicles.
That's a different. Well, let me see. Doesn't look exactly the same. This is even different. than what we have here.
Do you think somebody took the time to imitate
What
your
I'm saying-
signature?
what-
You know
what
what,
I'm-
I'm putting
that's
you
not
back
what I'm-
on.
that's not what
You
I
can
meant.
get an attorney
That's
and
not
we'll
what I
fight
meant.
it.
Yes, that's
Really,
not
I
what I
have
meant.
8 million other people to register, I'm not gonna argue with you, you're going back on.
Yes, that's not what I meant. All I'm saying is the signature you're showing up on the screen isn't the one
It's
that I
your
have on this
signature, you
license.
signed it at the registry under the pains and penalties of perjury, did you not?
That's what I signed. What you
That's
showed
how
me
I
is
have
probably
you.
what I signed when I
And
was
you go
21.
right back on the voters list. Whether you wanna be on there or not, whether you ever vote again, I don't really care, but I have to have you sign it the way I have you, so.
Miss, I'm not trying to give you a hard time.
Well, I'm busy, Matthew, you either wanna be on the voters list or you don't.
I
You
don't.
want me to take you off?
Yes,
You
I do.
sign, well, I don't have you with that name, without recourse.
That's my signature. There's a difference. I printed my name, but my signature is different. I'm not trying to be difficult. I know you have other things to do. And I hear what you're saying about my signature being in the system, and the one that you say you have and that you're showing me on the screen is still different than the one that I have here on this ID.
You signed that, that's from the registry.
Correct.
So somebody forged a signature, you either forged a signature.
No.
Or somebody else did.
That's not what I'm
When
saying.
they print it on the card.
That's not what I'm saying.
They obviously shrink it up to fit it on the card, okay?
It's a different signature, though.
It's not a different signature, that's what you signed. at
My
the
point is
Registry
that
of Motor
signatures
Vehicles.
change over
You know
time.
what, you can leave now, because I've had
Are
it.
you denying me access to government?
No, I did what you wanted me to do, but you don't wanna do what I have to do to follow the law.
Could I see the law?
I'll send an attorney down.
Okay, great. I love talking to attorneys.
Well, attorneys out here, I think out here with me all the time about his signature. I just, yeah, just maybe Evan or something. All right, thanks. One of the city's attorneys will be down.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Have
I
a
don't,
seat, he can deal with you. Well, I have
Yeah.
9 million other things.
I understand
to do
that you're
for People
busy.
that actually want to register to vote.
I understand that you're busy. I do thank you for your time, and I don't mean to be difficult.
Matthew, what's your middle initial?
E.
Eric? Eric, can you speak to this young man?
Sure.
You want to be removed from the voters list.
Hi, I'm
Hi,
Eric Schlegel.
Eric.
I'm an attorney for the city. What can I do for you?
You want
Nice
to
to
be
meet you,
removed
Eric.
from the voters list.
Okay.
So, I made him sign something, because I'm not, we don't take them off without
Authorization.
authorization.
Right.
So I asked him to sign a name. This is his name here. This is his name. This is the way he signed it at the registry. He wants to sign it here by without recourse.
Yeah, you got to sign your actual signature.
That is my signature.
For what purpose? Because your signature is your name
I
is
understand
Matthew.
my signature has changed over time.
Rochester. And that's what I'm telling you. So
I know.
either you're going to have to bring in some documentation that demonstrate your signature changed over time.
How do I do that?
That's up to you.
Well, I mean, what kind of
I
documentation?
have
do you
absolutely
need?
no idea.
All right.
You have to bring in something, but the signature that we have looks nothing like this.
Right, I understand that.
So that's a problem for us.
Okay,
So we can't do what you want us to do with that signature. If you want to sign your actual name,
that's right here.
That's printed, I need your signature.
that's what I'm saying. So if you want to sign your actual name the way you signed it when you signed up, we're all set.
Okay,
And his
now,
ID says this.
right.
Right. I mean,
All right, I hear what you're saying, and I have questions, so I hope you don't mind.
Sure.
I'm not trying to be difficult. I'm definitely not trying to give you a hard
Okay, I'll
time.
let you
Sure.
in.
I do appreciate your patience with me. So is there something that you could refer me to in the law that says that I have
You have to
to,
change your name.
that my signature has to stay the same? Because I've looked and I haven't found anything.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
mean-
want you to think I'm coming in here to be arrogant or
no.
ignorant.
The issue is, if this was the first time you came in and this is how you signed it, that's how you sign it. I mean, you can sign it with an X.
Right.
The problem is, you've come in and you've signed it a different way before, so
Right.
it creates a legal problem for the city of you actually signed your actual name, and now you're signing something that's not your actual name. So
But my signature is my signature. Is there anything that dictates what my signature has to be?
well, that's something you would need to check with an attorney about.
I have.
Okay.
Believe me, I have. And
Yeah.
the ones that I've spoken to have said they can't come up with anything.
Right. So
And by signing this here, this piece of paper with the words on it is a contract, correct? That's what it is?
well, I mean, it's a
form of a contract.
Well, not really, but it's a confirmation that you are who you say you are, and you're signing it here. That signing without recourse.
That's UCC law, though.
Well, again, the problem is not specifically what you're signing. The problem is that your signature is different from what it was before.
I understand that.
So-
And what you have there even differs from what is on this, and this is my most current ID, and even those two are slightly
And
different.
again, it doesn't say what you're saying your signature is now. So this is a problem. For us.
So like I said, my signature has changed over time. So how do I prove that to you? Where's the law that says that
Well,
my signature can't change
no,
over
no, no.
time?
I'm not saying your signature can't change. Is that
Right. Okay.
The problem is when you change your signature, it's not my job to know that it's the same. It's your job to demonstrate that you're the same person who has the signature
Do you have the government issued ID?
that has that doesn't have the signature on it.
So do you want me to write on a separate piece of paper how I wrote it there,
Well-
just to show you that I can write it the way that
Well, no,
I signed it?
but perhaps you might want to check with the registry and get an ID that demonstrates your new signature.
Okay, because I am currently trying to get rid of my license. I don't want it. I don't want to be bound by the statutes and acts that it holds me to.
Okay. Well, I appreciate
different
what
story.
Yeah, what your goal is.
Yeah.
If what your goal is to get off the enrollment list,
Correct.
we either need you to sign the way it's signed now, or
Can I put that above this? Because I signed this to everything that I have now. If I run my debit card at a convenience store, this is how I sign my name.
and that's what's on the back of your debit card.
I don't have anything on the back of my debit card because I want people to ask me for ID.
Again, I used to work for a bank, so
Right.
that's
I can
also
show
an
you.
issue. And
I
my
mean,
guess
I
is
can
that
show
they
you.
don't ask you for ID a lot,
No, they don't, and they should.
and they should, because if you
don't.
don't have your,
Not signed. This here is not signed.
The-
And they're both mine.
and then if they checked your ID and they pulled
They
this
have
out and
that
said
here.
signature doesn't match, I'm sorry, rejecting your thing. So right now we're rejecting this because it doesn't match the signature either that we have on file or that's on your ID.
Okay, so if I wrote that here above this and left this here, is that still good enough?
Like, if you're willing to sign a document with the way that it's signed and it matches, I don't have a problem.
Can I leave this here?
Is there a reason why that has to be there?
Because I don't want to be bound to any contracts, period. It's UCC law.
Okay, and I understand what
Okay.
you're saying, but signing it that way isn't going to work to get you off of the list.
Okay, so can we leave this here and I can sign that above it?
Well,
Because I want this on there.
I understand it, and you're more than willing to put without recourse under your signature. But we need to have a signature that matches your ID or a signature that matches what we have on file
Okay, that's
on your
fine.
signature line.
That's fine. And can that be on there? And can I leave this here?
If his signature's on there,
I mean, so you're just going to sign. How do you pronounce your last name?
Marchese.
So you're going to sign Matthew Marchese without recourse?
Right.
that, I just want
It's-
his signature the way it's on here. This is from the Registry of Motor Vehicles where we registered to vote. His
Right.
license is like this.
Right, and that's.
And that's how I have him registered.
You
So
know,
to take him off.
I'm not going
if
to bust
he's
your
willing-
chops if
yeah.
you do it that way. As long as Matthew Marchese matches the Matthew Marchese that we have, I'm not going to.
Okay,
You know.
so then I can leave that there, that's fine.
Leave it there,
All right.
sign underneath your actual name
Yeah.
up here,
Right.
Matthew
Okay, so-
Marchese.
All right.
The way that it's on your ID, so that we can say. All right.
Thank you. I'll make you a copy of this.
And I didn't mean to give you a hard time. I know you're just doing your job. I appreciate your patience.
I'm gonna make a copy. I also need you to sign that the way.
Okay.
I'll make you copies of these.
I would suggest, just for your kind of going forward,
Mm-hmm.
I know that you may not want to have an ID.
It's not that I don't want an ID. I don't want a state-issued ID that binds me to contracts that I don't wish to be bound to.
You really should have some sort of identification that has whatever signature that you
Okay,
want to go by.
I'm in the process.
You know,
This
like-
whole thing is
you know,
that I'm
like-
doing is a process. So
We have people who come in
Yeah.
and they sign with an X. 'Cause they do.
right.
That's legal.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it's their signature. The problem is, if you had Matthew Marchese on your license and then you wanted to come in and sign with an X, I'm going to say, no, that's not your signature. So,
I appreciate your time, Eric.
no problem.
I really
That's what I'm
do.
here
I love discussion and challenging ideas and arguments. So I really do appreciate your
I'll be
time
with
today.
you in
Anytime.
just a moment.
All right, thanks. Have a great day.
So, we all set?
We're all set, thanks,
Okay.
Eric.
Have a good one.
Could these be notarized as well? Is that
I
okay?
don't know, I'm not a
And,
notary.
oh,
It's
don't be
notary
giving
and-
me
Well, that was a
credit
seal
card.
of some other
I'll
kind.
only go out and spend.
Yeah.
Are you
All right,
funny?
thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome. Eric?
Anything with your name on it will be fine.
Thank you very much, folks. I appreciate your time and patience. Thank you.
No problem. Have a good one.
You too.
Oh, yes.
20 minutes and success. I will post well, by now you've seen the two documents that I've put in the video along with this recording. So, officially unregistered to vote down at City Hall. Mission accomplished. Over and out.